with Caitlin Clark, and I'm just gonna keep it real, and I know this is embarrassing, what I'm about to say. I know it's embarrassing, but I'm gonna say it. If Caitlin Clark had a signature shoe, I would wear it.
Nike is feeling the heat, and it's all because of Caitlin Clark. After landing what could have been a billion-dollar opportunity with the WNBA's newest star, they've fumbled the bag. Instead of capitalizing on Clark's incredible rookie season, Nike has left her in the shadows while Adidas swooped in, recognizing her star power. Is Nike about to lose basketball's next global icon to their biggest competitor? With rumors swirling and fans outraged, we have to ask, did Nike just make the biggest mistake in women's basketball history? Let's break down the shocking turn of events that could change the sports marketing game forever. Caitlin Clark had the kind of rookie season most athletes dream about. Record-breaking, history-making, and a fan favorite all around. She led the league in points, shattered the rookie record for assists, and even notched 2 triple-doubles, something no WNBA rookie has ever done. But here's the catch. Despite her massive impact, Nike, her sponsor, has done nothing to promote her. No commercials, no signature shoe, no billboards, nothing. This silence is baffling for an athlete of Clark's caliber, especially given the 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal she signed with them. Think about that for a second. Nike signed Caitlin Clark, one of the hottest names in women's basketball, and then acted like she doesn't exist. How does the biggest sports brand in the world miss an opportunity like this? Clark's rookie season was nothing short of spectacular. She broke the rookie record for assists, led the WNBA in points, and her games were drawing record crowds. Fans were buzzing, and Clark was on the verge of becoming one of the biggest stars in sports, not just women's basketball. And yet, Nike failed to capitalize on her meteoric rise, leaving a wide-open lane for their competitors to swoop in and steal the spotlight. While Nike has been playing it cool, Adidas saw the opportunity and pounced. They've started promoting Clark as if they're the ones who signed her. Adidas's global ambassador, tennis legend Billie Jean King, even publicly praised Clark's Rookie of the Year win, something Nike has been eerily quiet about.
It's being reported that Adidas global ambassador Billie Jean King did a post on her X account praising Caitlin Clark for winning Rookie of the Year, and this sent a firestorm throughout the comments.
And this isn't just about a congratulatory tweet. Adidas is positioning itself as the brand backing the future of women's sports, and Caitlin Clark is the perfect star to lead that charge. Adidas didn't stop at compliments. They've acknowledged Clark's record-breaking jersey sales and her ability to pack arenas, and they've jumped on the opportunity to align themselves with her rising star. It's a power move that leaves Nike looking out of touch, especially as the younger generation continues to look for athletes who represent more than just stats. They want icons, and Caitlin Clark is exactly that. This strategic approach from Adidas could have major consequences for Nike. Not only is Adidas riding the wave of Clark's popularity, but they're also making a play to position themselves as the go-to brand for the next generation of women's athletes. If Nike doesn't act soon, they might find themselves sidelined in a game they once dominated. Caitlin Clark's deal with Nike is massive. 8 years, $28 million. That kind of money usually comes with the works, signature shoes, massive ad campaigns, and product lines. But so far, crickets. For months, fans have been waiting for Nike to drop a Caitlin Clark ad, or even better, a signature shoe. But it seems Nike has been dragging their feet. Why? There's a lot of speculation about Nike's reasoning. Some say they're prioritizing players like A'ja Wilson, a 3-time WNBA MVP who's set to release her own signature shoe.
He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP.
Others think Nike is playing a long game, waiting for the perfect moment to promote Clark. But here's the kicker. There are whispers that Clark's shoe might not hit stores until 2026 or 2027. By then, Clark could be halfway through her WNBA career, and Nike could miss the window to capitalize on her explosive rise in popularity. It's hard to imagine why Nike would sit on a golden opportunity like this, especially considering Clark's undeniable impact. Her games are drawing record-breaking crowds with an average of 15 on 300 fans in attendance compared to the league average of just 7,300. Her jersey sales have skyrocketed, and she's drawing in new viewers to the WNBA like never before.
Clark's Indiana Fever jersey is apparently sold out in all sizes.
The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and it's turning heads, except apparently at Nike headquarters. And fans are growing frustrated, and they're starting to voice their concerns on social media. How could Nike sign such a high-profile athlete only to leave her on the sidelines when it comes to marketing? The longer Nike stays silent, the more their competitors, especially Adidas, stand to gain. As Nike continues to drag its feet, fans are growing increasingly frustrated. Social media is buzzing with outrage, with many calling out Nike for not giving Clark the attention she deserves. Her success is undeniable, and she's quickly become the face of women's basketball, a role that could bring immense value to Nike if they seize it. Meanwhile, Adidas is making waves. They've recognized the massive potential of aligning with Caitlin Clark, and they're not holding back. With Billie Jean King praising Clark's Rookie of the Year achievement, Adidas has effectively positioned themselves as the brand that values Clark's contributions to the sport. By doing so, they're tapping into a market that Nike seems to be overlooking, one that's hungry for more recognition of women's sports and its brightest stars. Let's face it, Adidas is playing chess while Nike's still stuck on checkers. By swooping in and praising Clark's achievements, Adidas is making a statement. They're aligning themselves with the future of women's basketball, and if Nike doesn't act fast, they could lose one of the most promising athletes in the game. After all, Clark isn't just a great player. She's a ticket seller, a ratings booster, and the kind of talent the WNBA needs to push the league forward. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark or Nike's mishandling of a star athlete. It's about the broader conversation surrounding how brands value female athletes. Women's sports are on the rise, and athletes like Clark are driving that growth. Brands that fail to capitalize on these opportunities risk not only missing out on immediate financial gains, but also alienating a growing audience that is invested in the success of these athletes. Caitlin Clark isn't just the future of the WNBA, she's the future of sports marketing. The brands that recognize her value and invest in her now will be the ones reaping the rewards in the years to come. And if Nike doesn't act soon, they could find themselves watching from the sidelines as Adidas or another competitor rides the wave of Clark's success. As Caitlin Clark's star continues to rise, the question remains, will Nike finally wake up and give her the spotlight she deserves, or will they let Adidas steal the show? With fans growing more frustrated and Adidas making bold moves, one thing is certain, this battle is far from over. Could Nike's hesitation cost them one of the biggest stars in women's basketball? Stay tuned, because the future of sports marketing might just hinge on Caitlin Clark's next move.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark's holiday in Europe might be more than just a break from basketball. It could be the beginning of something much bigger. While she's publicly said her trip is all about rest and relaxation, rumors are swirling that Clark may be using this time to explore potential deals with European clubs. Could this so-called vacation turn into a permanent move overseas? Though nothing has been confirmed, speculation is growing that Europe's top leagues might be trying to lure Clark away from the WNBA. Let's dive into the details and explore whether Caitlin Clark's European getaway is a sign of things to come. Caitlin Clark has taken a well-deserved break after a record-breaking rookie season in the WNBA, and she's chosen to spend her time off in Europe. On the surface, it looks like a relaxing holiday filled with sightseeing and golf. Clark has even joked about becoming a professional golfer during the off-season.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do the next day. So maybe play some golf. I think that's what I'm going to do until it gets too cold in Indiana. So I got that. I'll become a professional golfer.
But behind the scenes, whispers are growing that Clark may be in discussions with European basketball clubs during her trip. Clark has been vocal about her love for golf, and she's made it clear that she's taking a break from basketball for now.
It's going to be nice, though, I think, getting out of the spotlight and just getting to live my life and do things that I want to do and, not have to sit and I love talking to all of you, but it's going to be nice to not have to sit in front of a microphone, multiple times a week. I really appreciate all of you, but it will be nice to kind of get away and relax for a little bit. And I appreciate everything you all do as well, so I thank you.
However, with the financial incentives and more favorable playing conditions that European leagues offer, it's no wonder people are speculating about a potential move overseas. European basketball is known for its more finesse-focused, less physical style, which many believe suits Clark's game far better than the rough-and-tumble WNBA. Add to that the fact that European clubs offer significantly higher salaries than the WNBA, and the rumors start to sound more plausible. Although Caitlin Clark has publicly stated she won't be playing in Europe this offseason, the timing of her trip has raised eyebrows. Could she be quietly exploring her options, meeting with top European teams while she's on vacation? The speculation is already swirling, with some fans and analysts wondering if Clark is considering a move that could shake up the basketball world. There's no denying that European leagues pay more than the WNBA. For a star like Clark, who is already one of the most marketable players in women's basketball, the allure of a more substantial paycheck could be hard to resist. Spain, Italy, and France are just a few countries with competitive basketball leagues that offer top-tier contracts, and Clark's shooting skills and finesse could make her a perfect fit for the European game. If Clark were to make the jump, she'd join the ranks of WNBA players who have gone overseas for financial reasons, including some of the biggest names in the sport. The financial boost, combined with the opportunity to dominate in a league that plays to her strengths, could be enough to convince Clark to stay in Europe longer than just a holiday. While Clark's official stance is that she's just enjoying her time off, many can't help but wonder if her trip to Europe is more than just sightseeing. It wouldn't be the first time an athlete used a vacation as a cover for negotiations. If Clark is in talks with European clubs, it would make perfect sense to do so quietly, especially before any official decisions are made. Could she be testing the waters, seeing what offers are on the table before making a major announcement? European teams, particularly in Spain's Liga Femenina or Italy's Serie A, would undoubtedly be eager to sign a talent like Clark. Clubs like Real Madrid or Virtus Bologna could offer her a platform to shine on a global stage while also providing her with financial security that the WNBA can't currently match. And with the rise of new leagues like the Breanna Stewart-backed Unrivaled League, Clark has options beyond the WNBA that could elevate her career to new heights. The big question now is whether Clark will stick with the WNBA or explore the lucrative opportunities abroad. She's been a dominant force in her rookie season with the Indiana Fever, setting records and drawing massive crowds. But the WNBA's physicality and lower salaries have left some wondering if it's the right environment for a player like Clark. European basketball offers not just higher pay, but a style of play that seems tailor-made for Clark's strengths: finesse, shooting, and playmaking. If she chooses to stay in Europe, she could build her global brand while avoiding the wear and tear that comes with the WNBA's grueling physicality. And let's not forget the timing of this trip. Clark is at the peak of her career, with endless options in front of her. A move to Europe wouldn't just be a smart financial decision. It could cement her status as a global basketball star. As the WNBA faces increased competition from overseas leagues, could Clark be the next big name to make the jump? It's not uncommon for top athletes to keep their next moves under wraps until everything is finalized. Caitlin Clark has played it cool, talking about golf and relaxation. But the reality is that she holds all the cards. If European clubs are making offers during her so-called holiday, she's in the perfect position to make a power move. And if she does decide to leave the WNBA, it could send shockwaves through the league. Imagine the headlines. Caitlin Clark leaves the WNBA for Europe. It would be a massive shift, not just for Clark, but for the league as a whole. The WNBA has been heavily promoting her as one of the faces of the future. But if Europe comes calling with bigger paychecks and a more suitable playing style, could the WNBA risk losing its brightest star? Caitlin Clark's European holiday might be more than just a break from basketball. It could be the beginning of a major career shift, with rumors swirling about potential negotiations with European clubs. Fans are left wondering, is Clark on the verge of making a move that could change the landscape of women's basketball forever? Stay tuned, because whatever happens next, it's sure to be a game changer for Caitlin Clark and the basketball world.
And your 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year is none other than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, congrats. For you to do what you did this past season with all the crazy expectations you had coming out of college, you were better than advertised.
Caitlin Clark is shaking up the WNBA in ways no one could have predicted, breaking records and dominating the court like no rookie before her. But here's the twist. It's not just WNBA fans taking notice. Some of the biggest stars in the NBA are praising her game, and even they're in awe of her impact. From Victor Wembanyama to Luka Doncic, these NBA legends are all in on the Caitlin Clark hype. But not everyone's thrilled. Some WNBA insiders are throwing shade, raising the question, how far can Caitlin Clark go when even her own league has its doubts? Let's dive in and see how the basketball world is reacting to her meteoric rise. Caitlin Clark isn't just making history, she's rewriting the WNBA record books. She averaged 19.2 points per game during the 2024 season, along with 5.7 rebounds and a league-leading 8.4 assists per game, making her the clear frontrunner for Rookie of the Year. Her 337 assists set a WNBA single-season record, and her ability to orchestrate the offense was unparalleled. Clark didn't stop there. She also knocked down 122 three-pointers, breaking the rookie record for most made threes in a season. And if that wasn't enough, she became the first rookie in WNBA history to record 2 triple-doubles. Let's start with Victor Wembanyama, the San Antonio Spurs Rookie of the Year for the 2023-24 season. Despite his meteoric rise in the NBA, Wemby had nothing but praise for Caitlin Clark when she won the WNBA Rookie of the Year. In a powerful statement, Wembanyama said,
Victor, who's a WNBA player that inspires you, and what makes her stand out to you?
I think Caitlin Clark.
Finds Clark from the logo. Clark behind the back. Oh, it's Smith with the finish.
When she was in college, the only college player that I was really in awe of the game, you know.
Pulls it back, knocks it down.
I'm saying men and women's college basketball, she's probably the most impressive I've seen.
Clark, step back, hits a three.
This wasn't just respect. It was an acknowledgement that Clark transcends gender boundaries, inspiring athletes across the board. Wembanyama's comment is a testament to her undeniable impact on the sport, reaching far beyond the WNBA. Then there's Luka Doncic, who took a more personal approach in welcoming Clark to the Rookie of the Year club. Luka, who won the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2018-19, knows what it's like to enter a professional league with high expectations and deliver. He sent Clark a heartfelt message saying,
Caitlin, congratulations on an amazing season. Rookie of the Year is a big honor. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Doncic, who averaged 21.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 6.0 assists in his rookie season, saw a bit of himself in Clark's rookie campaign. Both players came in as game changers and immediately left their mark. But while Luka had his doubters, it seems Clark's rise has been met with equal parts admiration and skepticism, especially from some corners of the WNBA. Clark's rookie stats, 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game, weren't just good, they were historic. She was an all-star in her debut season, a feat few have achieved. Just like Luka became a 5-time NBA All-Star by the age of 25, it's clear Clark is on a similar trajectory in the WNBA. When it comes to mentoring rookies, few can compare to Chris Paul, the point god himself. Paul took to Instagram to congratulate Caitlin Clark and offer her sage advice about preparing for the future. Having won NBA Rookie of the Year back in 2006, Paul knows the pressure that comes with being a standout rookie. And he acknowledged that Clark didn't just meet expectations, she blew them away. He emphasized the importance of strength training, knowing that every year the league gets tougher, both physically and mentally.
And your 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year is none other than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, congrats. For you to do what you did this past season with all the crazy expectations you had coming out of college, you were better than advertised. Our friends over at State Farm asked if I would assist you in a few of the things that I learned Coming from one Rookie of the Year to another, even though mine was 19 years ago, one of the biggest things after winning Rookie of the Year, because that's a big deal, first of all. That's a huge achievement and you should be proud. But going forward, I think the biggest thing I tried to focus on was getting stronger. I wanted to get stronger, I wanted to get faster, I wanted to be better on defense. But more than anything, I tell you, the biggest people that I leaned on was my family, my support system. That was always the group that kept me grounded. I would go back and hoop with all my homies that I played with in college and just try to remain a kid as long as I possibly could. What you did this past season was crazy. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history, most assists by a rookie in WNBA history, 3-time Eastern Conference Player of the Week, 4-time WNBA Rookie of the Month. I could go on and on, so shout out to you, Caitlin. It's been amazing to watch you hoop day in and day out, and not just to see the behind the back going left threes from deep, but more so just to see the passion and the joy that you play with, and to see the way that you make your teammates better. So I just want to say congratulations.
Paul's endorsement wasn't just an acknowledgement of her talent, it was a passing of the torch, signaling that Clark is on her way to becoming a generational talent. However, Caitlin Clark's Rookie of the Year victory wasn't without its controversies. Shannon Sharpe, known for his candid takes, voiced his disbelief over the WNBA's voting process during his Club Shay Shay podcast. Clark was one vote shy of becoming the unanimous Rookie of the Year, as Chicago Sky's Angel Reese received a single vote. This kept Clark from becoming only the 5th player in WNBA history to earn a unanimous Rookie of the Year honor, and Sharpe was quick to call it out.
I don't know how you come to the conclusion that she wasn't the unanimous MVP. She got a team into the playoffs when they hadn't been to the playoffs, I think, since 2016 or 2017. Led them in scoring. She led the rookies in scoring. She led them in assists. She averaged like 6 rebounds a game. She set records for scoring, rebound, assists. I mean, three-pointers.
He suggested that the lone vote against Clark was personal, likening it to the infamous Hall of Fame voter who left Ken Griffey Jr. off their ballot.
Who was the voter? Do you know? Anybody know?
Oh, it's going to get out. They're going to find out.
Expressing his disbelief and frustration with the process. Sharpe also highlighted the fact that Clark led the Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016, whereas Angel Reese's Chicago Sky didn't even qualify. Despite Reese averaging a double-double with 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds per game, Sharpe emphasized that Clark's contributions went beyond the stat sheet.
When they got eliminated from the playoffs, the attendance dropped, the ratings dropped. Now I wouldn't need to know because it's the old guard and it's this and it's that. So what's the reason now?
The ratings have dropped since Fever had been eliminated?
Yes. Look at the attendance when the Fever play your favorite team, and look at the attendance when they don't. Only the aces sell out every game.
Sharpe pointed out, referencing the historic crowds Clark drew and the viewership boost she provided during the playoffs. Clark isn't just a great player, she's a ticket seller, a ratings booster, and the kind of talent the WNBA needs to push the league forward. But not everyone in the basketball world is as sold on Clark's impact. While NBA stars like Wembanyama, Luka, and Chris Paul are showering her with praise, some WNBA veterans have been more critical. They've questioned her ability to transition from college dominance to professional success. Yet those doubts seem to be fading in the face of her immediate impact. Wembanyama weighed in on the criticism, stating, "It's easy to hate on someone who's changing the game, but Caitlin's work speaks for itself. People doubted me because of my height, but I let my play do the talking. Caitlin's doing the same thing." His words are a reflection of his own journey, but they ring true for Clark as well. Those who challenge the status quo will always face pushback. Luka Doncic chimed in with his own perspective. "Look, I had my doubters when I came into the NBA, but I've seen enough to know that if you have the skills, it's only a matter of time before people recognize." Luka's words carry weight because he's been there. He entered the NBA as a young player with a lot of hype and delivered on it. Clark's in a similar boat, and if her rookie season is any indication, it's only a matter of time before she silences her critics completely. Chris Paul, always the mentor, had perhaps the most poignant take. It doesn't matter what league you're in, talent is talent. Caitlin is already one of the most exciting players to watch, and she's just getting started. She's going to do big things in the WNBA. Paul's confidence in Clark speaks volumes about how NBA players view her potential. So while there may be some doubters, the NBA's biggest names are fully on board the Caitlin Clark hype train. With endorsements from Wembanyama, Luka, and Chris Paul, there's no denying that Clark is destined for greatness in the WNBA. The real question is, how far can she go? Will she continue to shatter records and redefine what it means to be a WNBA star? One thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark is just getting started, and the basketball world, from the NBA to the WNBA, is watching her every move. So what do you think? Will Caitlin Clark's impact grow even more as she continues to dominate the WNBA? Will we see more NBA stars supporting her rise? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned. There's no telling what Caitlin Clark will achieve next.